What's up, everyone? It's Gabby Trades here, and welcome back to the channel. Is this the start of a December market meltdown? We're going to look at that live today. We're going to look at the stocks and Bitcoin. But before we get rolling, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe if you're new here, and hit the small bell notification so you never miss a live breakdown here with me. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Stanimir. We have Kuhn, Lucian. Let's give a little bit of time for everyone to join. How are you guys doing? Captain JJ, Mind Tapestry. I said it correct today. And we have C. Kaishen. Hello, Gabby. Hi. Mr. Arpad is here as well. So glad to see you guys today here with me. Obviously, we've had a weekend. If you're on Discord, of course, we're together even during the weekends. Hey, if you're not on Discord, you know what to do. Just join it, you guys. It's for free. Okay, so we're gonna... Yes, hit the like button, you guys. Welcome, everyone. So we're going to start with the beginning of today. US stocks drift lower. So basically what we had, the stocks are starting a little bit in a risk-off mood. 1st of December, my favorite month of the year. So everything is a little bit in the red. The stocks, the futures are slightly in the red this morning, which is giving away a little bit of last week's big Thanksgiving rally, which was kind of cool. The problem we also see right now is with the Asian markets that were very mixed overnight, with Japan Nikkei dropping 2% after they had a weak factory report and corporate investment data came in. So there is a little bit of drama over there. But basically, the story is the following. We are still in risk off, right? So what does risk off mean, you guys? I keep telling you, it just means that big investors are stepping back from the more aggressive stuff. And that is going to mean tech, that is going to mean growth stocks, and they're going to be staying away also even from small caps as well as crypto. And they will be hiding away in safer assets. What are the safer assets? Then you're looking at bonds, you're looking at cash, or even the defensive sectors. So think about it, right? Procter & Gamble, for example, everyone will continuously keep buying these things, even if the market is looking bad. And when we're saying that the futures market is dropping before the opening, well, that simply doesn't mean that it's a crash, but it simply means that we're just opening lower, a bit lower than what we than the Friday's close, really. So it's not... We're not really in that, complete panic mode at the moment overall in the market. We're still pricing in for a Fed rate cut in December. We're still now, we're at 9 days away. 87.6, so that's very, very high chance. But now traders are not only watching for that, they're also watching at other central banks, you guys, especially Japan, which Japan has been the world's cheap money. They have been the world's cheap money provider for years. So there is a little bit of a problem over there at the moment. We had the short-term Japanese bond yields. They hit their highest level since 2008 because traders are now betting that the Bank of Japan will finally raise cuts in their next meeting. So that, of course, is going to push the yen higher, and it's going to unwind of those yen carry funded trades, right? So basically, cheap yen that was borrowed, that was being used then to buy stocks, to buy crypto and other risky stuff all year. So when that carry gets unwound, what happens? Well, leverage is going to get cut immediately, and all the high betas, all the high beta assets such as Bitcoin also falls in that category. They're the ones that are going to get the hit first, right? So the shift in global interest rate policy is actually a very big macro theme. It's a huge macro theme because when cheap money finally starts getting more expensive, the first thing that's going to get hit is the speculative assets. All right, the speculative assets are always going to get the hit first. So, when we see that kind of news happening and seeing this in the market, we're always going to be expecting a choppy start of the week. That's one of the reasons why we stay away on Monday. But at the moment, we're still nearing record highs. And today we're getting on a Monday a soft opening. By the way, oil is also up. So the whole thing is like a good recipe for short-term pullbacks, if you ask me, especially again in the high beta names. And we know when that happens in the stock, everything that's risk off in the stock is going to continuously forever keep bleeding into crypto, and not to mention what happens with altcoins, which is of course going to be even worse, right? In terms of jobless reports, by the way, the Labor Department is going to skip the October jobs report, and the big November employment jobs report is only going to drop December 16th. So that is going to be after the Fed rate cut, because that's in 9 days, and they're planning to give us the news on the 16th. So let's see how that's going to go, because maybe we get the cuts, but then maybe we get other data coming from the Labor Department. So we have to be really prepared for everything at this moment. And we did have the ISM manufacturing PMI coming in, and 48.2. That's again below the 50. So what does that mean? It means that the manufacturing in the US is contracting. It's not expanding, because anything above 50 is always going to mean expansion, and below 50 is going to mean slowdown, which is contraction. So when you're getting the softer growth, that is going to mean less pressure on inflation, which is, of course, then going to push the yields lower and the bonds up. But again, if you think about inflation, this is so contradictory once again, because we had the Thanksgiving reports from people in the US shopping way more than usual, and that's inflationary. And now, yet again, today you're getting this report. So this is how they play us usually, and that is always going to be the case. It's always going to be mixed. It's never going to be a clear story one-on-one. Dano, hello everyone. Make sure to share this video around, by the way, on Twitter. I sent the link on Discord. So make sure to share it, because these are new times that we're streaming. We usually stream on London Open. So right now during London session, not specifically London Open, and right now we're doing New York. So these are new times for us, and we want to make sure that all the people find out. All right, cool. Let's delete this, because I was trying to show Savas something. By the way, Savas, I know you're here. Remind me later on Discord. We're going to look again at your STDV calculations here that you had to improve a little bit. Good time slow. JD Matter, thank you. Yes. That's the reason why I changed it, you guys, because I feel it's going to be also easier for you to attend over here. All right, cool. So, by the way, after the live stream, some hours later, I'm going to drop another educational video on which we're going to talk about the range model theory and the short trade that I took on Friday together with Discord. We're going to go into depth in that video, which is dropping in 6, 7, 8 hours from now. So you guys watch it when it's convenient for you, whatever, okay? Because this was our short. We managed to short Bitcoin. Where did we short it? Up here. 91.6, 92.6, something like that. We shorted it down here, still in that short currently at the moment. And looking at the lower range, I'm looking for this trade to at least drop to 83.4. Maybe I'll take a buy over here, maybe not, depending on how I feel. But you guys, we have these relatively equal lows over here, so I'm pretty much targeting this at the very least. And if you look, yes, make sure to like the video. If you look at the standard deviation that me and Savas were discussing on Discord earlier, you're gonna find out that first take profit area was already hit, and the second more extended take profit of this whole move down is actually going to come at around the true year open, which is 78.2. So we've been talking about the 3-year open and how this area is very likely to be targeted at the moment. So yeah, that's where we currently are in terms of Bitcoin. Of course, on Monday, what we tend to do is we wait for price to play out properly, so we get more price action and the true opening of the day. Correct. So we have a little bit more hours before that happens. So we have a clear range to work with at the start of the week. You guys, let me know in the chat box. Keep the chat box active. I can see we're like having half of the people that we usually get at this time of the day, which is a bit annoying, but I guess we need to reset that algorithm a little bit. In terms of the higher time frame range, if we get rid of this. Hi everyone, PG Tube server. Hi everyone, buy the indicators and the course, lots to learn. Yeah, that's what I've been trying to advise. By the way, you guys, if you want the indicators, you can get them 30 days free. I've made a trial for you guys, so you go ahead, add the indicators. There is a video on YouTube on how to use them. Make sure to do that because they're super helpful. Okay, so what should we discuss? Like, this is the high time frame range. I've made a video on that later for you guys today. And like we discussed, we're waiting for price to drop a little bit lower, maybe clear this relatively equal lows over here on Bitcoin, and there could be a potential bounce from there, right? But again, it's really up to your standards. I personally like to stay away on Monday. Mondays and Fridays are not the ideal time for me, even though on Friday we caught a very good trade. Over here we're still running it actually. Let's have a look. We're still running that trade. Oops. Oh my god. Hold on. That was my news. How did that happen? Copy image, copy image. Okay, paste. Yeah, here it is. There we go. So this is our trade. Very conservative leverage on the trade. I'm being very careful in the current conditions, but like I said, you guys, this was a trade that we took live on Discord, so I highly encourage you to come on Discord. Hello. Are we bullish or bearish? Currently we're still bearish. There is a potentiality that we might bounce back today, but I personally don't play around in that range for today. So for me, I'm still short. I'm happy. Maybe I'll take a long. Like I said, once again, after these relatively equal lows are taken, I will consider if I want to do that. Otherwise, honestly, you guys, I genuinely I'm more supportive of the idea that Bitcoin trades to around 78.2. Yes, hit the like button. And Savas is feeling bearish. Yeah, you have a lot, a lot of reasons why to continue being bearish. And the first and most obvious reason is that we had a massive rejection at a level that this candle was the one, right? This one over here, this bearish candle up here. Because that was my sort of confirmation whether we're going to continue lower or not. So this candle, I was hoping for the body of this candle to close higher, and it didn't. In fact, closed exactly below the area of my interest. So usually when that happens, this low is targeted. Right, so that's what usually happens. Okay, this is kind of most likely than not. Below 3-year open, confirmed bear market. Well, to be honest with you, there is a lot of areas that we can look at, but yeah, it's not going to be looking very positive in my opinion. If we drop below true year open on a weekly, it's going to be very terrible. So the thing that I'm looking for, actually, that it's a massive potentiality to happen if that actually occurs, is going to be for a potential SFP creation down here with this low. Right, so what's SFP? Well, that's gonna mean a swing failure pattern that could occur potentially, and it's most probably the highly likely scenario of how this is going to develop if it happens. All right, so down here we're going to be looking for SFP. If that happens, okay. But it's really the likely scenario right now, unless we're getting really hardly played with at the moment, or hard in a bad way, if that makes sense. But yeah, this was a very good short. Again, if you want to go deeper on how I shorted this, I'm posting a video hours later, maybe 7-8 hours from now. I don't know. I've scheduled it on YouTube. I recorded it for you guys today. Make sure to watch it because there's a lot of educational content for you on there. Before we look at Ethereum, let's look at ETH BTC and see what's happening. Okay. Well, ETH BTC is still staying in our range. Remember, we identified the range, and what did we say for this range? Right? You guys know, you guys should be experts by now, right? Experts by now on this range, right? This is what happens when you trade ranges. When you identify the range, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. This is what we're expecting. Right, this is what we're expecting. By the way, always with the expectations when price is rejecting hardly from the 0.5 that we can see it sub-zero. And in this case, sub-zero might mean retesting back of our levels of support, which are down here at literally 0.03187. Yes. Gabby, you are extending the course lessons with YouTube video lessons. Yeah, you know what? I figured like it's probably more easy for people to build trust with people, right? Because a lot of people are not following me yet. They prefer to follow some other idiots on YouTube that actually don't know what they're talking about, but have a huge ego, and you guys tend to buy into that BS, you know? As soon as you start hearing someone on Twitter coming and saying, I told you so, please block and report. Block and report, because it's absolutely ridiculous. It is ridiculous. I don't care, right? I swear, honestly, I can't be bothered anymore. I know what I'm doing. I know what I've been doing. I know for how many years I've been doing this, and people know it, right? That have been following me for years. I don't need to prove myself to anyone. I don't need to go on Twitter and start. But don't get me started. Let's just not go into this. But I don't want you guys to buy into that stupidity. If you sense that anyone is giving you ego and attitude, I told you, that's what I said. When something pumps like, 50% or 100%, and these guys are like, I told you so. Well, bro, you missed the fact that we've been in drawdown. So since you told us, we've been in drawdown. So basically now we're on break even. Okay, so what are you blowing? What are you saying? It's just stupid. Anyways, you guys know what's good, right? Yes, I'm on the rant. Yeah. So basically this morning on Discord, again, you guys, make sure to drop in the description box of this video. There is a link on how you can get to Discord, and getting the VIP access is for free and easy. There is instructions on how to do that. On Discord, which is going to be 5 minutes work. That is where I do my daily updates, and I tell you what is price most likely to do. So for me this morning, since I don't have my opens, since it's Monday, we are usually calculating based on technical analysis. What are the probabilities of price doing what? So this morning I looked at the chart over here earlier for London session, and what I said was that I'm expecting a rejection from this level over here. Again, you guys, the indicators, you have them for free right now. Go and get them in the description box. Rejection from this level was kind of the obvious trade for me, from which we continue down into the current buy zone, right? This is the current buy zone for ETH at the moment. Whether it's going to hold, I cannot tell you, right? That I don't know. But what I know is that I've checked ETH BTC. Where the hell is ETH BTC here? I've checked ETH BTC, and ETH BTC happens to be in a buy zone at the moment, right? With a potential retracement to this point. And because we're coming from 0.5, we could even drop it down and retest the 0.03187, which has been our resistance, right, as our support. Excuse me. So when you are seeing this range, right, if you are convinced that there is going to be a reversal, the best thing you do is you position yourself at the lower side of the range, which is what's happening right about now, right? It's Monday. I usually like to wait a little bit more, but I have marked my levels on ETH, and this is one of the levels that could potentially hold. Just FYI, okay? So happy you guys are here. Say hi in the chat box. If you're new here, welcome. We do these live streams Monday to Thursday. Sometimes, if I care, we do it on Friday. Mostly I don't, but it is what it is. And get your VIP access on Discord, which is free. Go grab it in the description box, you guys. And the VIP access you get with Bluffin. If you register using my link again under the description box, if you're a whale, you get huge bonuses for deposits and trading. And if you're a normal trader with a small account, you still get a lot of bonuses. You guys, I trust Bluffin to death, right? So that's why I'm working with them, and I've been working with them, and that's who I want to, work with, because they're secure, they're safe for our trades. Okay, very ethical, which is what you want in these kind of, in these kind of exchanges. They're externally market making. They're not internally market making. If you care to know what that means, if you don't know what that means, you probably should learn a little bit, because you're getting screwed behind the scenes and you don't even know what's happening. Okay. Hit the like button. Yes. So are we clear? Ethereum is kind of in a buy zone right now. Let's see what happens. Let's check the 4-hourly actually. We just had a sweep, so this is going to be quite nice. If the current candle switches to a bullish candle, that would be nice. Otherwise, we might bring it down and take this low as well. And then we're looking for the same thing. After a sweep on the 4-hourly, you're looking for a bullish candle, right? You can also check the volume delta. If you are on the course, you know how to do that as well. Solana, I haven't even cared to look at, but here it is. Clear target currently for Sol. So if you're short, you're thinking, should I close my short? This is it, right? You have it over here. Liquidity that's very close to being taken right now. So 1 to 1.4. And then unfortunately, the buy zone for Sol is a little bit lower, 115 with daily support at around 110. Okay, so just FYI, that's currently Solana. If you guys want me to look at any altcoins at the moment, I'm here. Otherwise, we're gonna look at some TradFi currently, if that's the case. Let's look at gold at the moment. No, I'm not ready to short gold. I think gold, if I'm gonna do a punt short, because this is too close to all-time highs at the moment, I think I'll probably do it in this area, 4272, 4292. I think that would be it, with a stop loss nicely above. Even though these highs are making me very nervous, these highs will be making me very nervous. But we'll go back to gold in a second. Hold on. Let me get my XRP list. Still holding my silver long. Marshall only. I hope you're trading it under my link with my sponsors, you guys. I'm telling you, do that because you're supporting the stream, and that's very, very important for us. It's very important that you are using the partners that we have on Discord. I've made a list with all of the exchanges and all of the brokerages that I recommend. There she is. Evening, Gabby. Mark Dutch. Hello. Hi. Silver has been outperforming. Silver's been absolutely great. Okay, XRP almost 8% down on the day. Not great. Back at our buy levels, really. Which we've already retested 1.97. Not looking good at the moment. That's on a weekly. Let's have a look on the daily. You know, XRP is actually, it's a bit sus, you know, even though we had a close that I was happy with, this particular candle over here, I was happy with that close. But again, it's just a bit sus, right? With all of that sell block over here, it's just a bit weird. It's just a bit weird. So, you know, if you're already long, I guess decide whether you know, break even or whatever. And then the next zone is going to be at around 1.77. But I do think that this is going to snap back up at some point. After all, we've seen reactions from these zones for many times, obviously excluding the 10th of October, because that was just disgusting. So yeah, 1.77, my other level, which is not going to mean that the 0.5 is not holding. It's going to mean that it's still holding. But yeah, for me, XRP, hold around this range. We're good, right? For now, we're good on XRP to look for long. So again, 177, 197, these are the areas. Moray 82, hello. Hi, you guys. Hello. Welcome so much. If you are, you know, new person, please say hi in the chat box because I like to see everyone. And by the way, we have Tao. Do we have any other coins that you want to look at? I can only imagine how you guys feel with what's happening at the moment. It's just, I feel terrible. Yeah. Tao, honestly, at this point, literally has absolutely no support. Hello, Nercon. Hi. I'm so happy I'm seeing new people. That's amazing. So we did the right thing, you guys. Let me know in the chat box. Did we do the right thing by changing the stream times to New York? Because I'll be so happy if that actually works out for once. I feel good because you called this reversal, so I'm watching and waiting for a better entry. That's great. I'm happy to see that. Bran says yes. He loves the new timing. Ecofusion, hello. Wow, lovely to hear from you guys. It's so nice to see new people, right? Because Os Capone, let's go. Merkaba, definitely appreciate the timing. Nerkon, I often just lurk around. Oh, that's so cute. Methodical Marcus, hello, cutie. Hi, cutie pie. So for Tao, Elvi Laturi, yes. Dr. Evo BTC for the States, it's a great time slot. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. Again, for Tao at the moment, I honestly don't see any protection before the 233 level at the moment. If it just snaps out of somewhere, you know, it could probably be because of this higher time frame block over here, probably that. So you know, is that a potentiality for a bounce, this whole area? Absolutely, 100%, right? So it's just up to you to decide where you want to and how you want to trade. So for example, right now on a Monday, there is absolutely no signs of reversals. The price is bleeding. You have to use the rest of the tools that you have in order to catch a reversal. Or if you don't know what to do, I'm telling you, for me, the first level that I see is 233.10, most precisely. But you know, we have a whole buy block before that, so could be, depending on what ETH BTC is doing and the rest of the market. Why did we have such a sudden drop in views? Oh my god, this is so weird. You guys, make sure to like this video, please, because we need the likes, and drop a comment also after if you happen to be around, because that's also helping the stream. Yeah, so that's really with Tao, right? You have to be watching this this whole area between 256 and 223. Okay. Zcash, I have no idea what's been going on with that. Actually, I haven't even bothered to look there. See, 18% down. What did we say? What did we say? It was just nuts, like almost, you know, almost impossible not to drop to these levels at that point. So yeah, I think we had liquidity somewhere. Oh yeah, no, not that one. Which one was it though? On a lower time frame or something? We were looking at it. I don't remember exactly. Oh, I think this low down here at 368. Yeah, so Nukic kind of expected on this. Thanks for the analysis, Gabby. You're welcome. Nukic kind of expected on this. So from here on, hold on, let's look at the higher time frame. Once again, first of all, yeah, you are kind of in the zone right now. This is the zone to watch, really. Between $300, zone can be wicked always. We don't need this anymore. Zone can be wicked. You know, a more substantial range that I could see is probably here. So a retest of this range, it's just gonna make sense. It's just gonna make sense. So you have a range over here. You have some areas of interest that price could bounce from. So yeah, definitely in a buy zone, definitely looking at anywhere between $300 and $300 and $367. Also looking at this range down here, I think that's these are the two important areas that you want to focus on. And if you drop on a weekly, you can see your weekly area of interest very clearly down here. It's a bit of a bigger area of interest, I should say. Yeah. So within this block, $300, all of this here is a buy zone. KTT video, hello. So from here is just a case of catching the reversal, right? So you need to have the techniques to do that. Magic, hi Gabby, I've been impressed since the day I first saw you on LLC. FYI, I'm on the West Coast and the new time slot is perfect. Love it, mate. I'm glad. Milen Mladenov, you guys, yeah, make sure to smash the like button if that's the case. If you really are enjoying it. Magic AF, you guys, we have the trading indicators right now for 30 days off. Make sure to get them. I've made a course for you guys. You asked me for it, literally, because I didn't want to do it for so long. And then I did it because Leverage Larry sent me an essay on why I should do it. So now it's done. Please go ahead and check it out as well. By the way, I think I'm going to give you a few free videos for you to watch it a little bit and maybe see if that's something you're interested in. All right. CRV. Yeah, we can look at CRV. Where is my CRV? That's sus. Oh, here. Not looking good at the moment. I guess it's just gonna go down and retest 0.34. 0.236 rejecting, not holding. So this really, I'm not in that trade, by the way. But 0.236 is always going to be a buy zone, but that doesn't mean that you don't, because usually if it's a lower time frame, you have to put your stop loss sub-zero. Okay, so that's a very high time frame. It doesn't really work like that. Okay, so you have to be watching the markets and the zones, right? So almost at a buy zone, I'd say, but we already kind of like tapped several times at that zone, so I don't know if it's going to hold, but it's clearly here, right? Weekly, we can mark it. We can mark the weekly at 0.3675, and but yeah, I mean, either a retest of that area. Otherwise, you do have a potentiality to drop down, retest this structure over here, because essentially, if you're looking at this, you want these kind of these two lows to hold, right? That's what I usually look out for. That's what I usually look out for. So if you kind of compare all the altcoins at the moment and how they're sitting, you clearly can see that a lot of them are at levels. But I want to warn you as well, we've seen that happening many, many times so far, and we've just been disappointed, right? Same thing when CRV was at 0.5 over here, the price equilibrium, Ethereum was at a level, everything was at a level, right? And then we started rejecting very clearly. This was very bearish rejections over here. But again, we just have to thread super carefully. Honestly, genuinely, we have to do that. Because the latest range down here that has been retested with the 10th of February week, everything has been retested with the 10th of October week. That's more clear than a day. But a more solid, I guess, price action retest is going to be again within that range. So you're looking even at a 0.30, which is crazy, right? I mean, just thinking about going back to levels from last November, it's a bit strange, but it is what it is, I guess. You had a bit of a strong close like this, so similar to XRP, I'd say. So not a bad close to potentially put some longs down here in the buy zone. But again, it seems very risky with this massive sell wall that's built up here. All I'm saying is I'm preferring to be careful right now rather than just do a punt, right? Because I did a lot of punts and I got liquidated 10th of October, right? Especially with the bots. That was just nuts. It was crazy. Okay, S&P 500. S&P 500. This was quite cool. The current range today for Monday, just for your information, you guys, many sells, buys, continuation from the 0.5. This was very, very cute on S&P 500, even though it's a Monday. You know, you could see the trades, right? Even though it was a Monday. But it's important, right? It's important for you to visualize how these things work and how you can apply this to your chart, because I just want you to understand how simple my model is. And whatever you guys are trading, honestly, like some people are trading Bollinger Bands, okay? Like I know traders that are trading Bollinger Bands. I cannot trade Bollinger Bands on their own. I think it's I won't be secure in myself if I trade Bollinger Bands on their own. But a lot of people do it. And you know, they'll look at my stuff and they'll say that my stuff are complicated, and I'm like, no, they're actually not, okay? It sounds complicated, but it's not that complicated. You just need to have the guts to execute, because even if you see the structure, even if you see those trades, you don't have the guts to put the execution on the moment, because that comes with the years, you guys. I'm telling you. I don't even remember at what point of my journey I got confident, but it was deep into it. Philip Dickens, I think you have to use a combination. Yes, you do. You have to use a combination of confluences. Savas, speaking of Bollinger Bands, what? Savas, what? What is your Bollinger Band telling us right now? I'm curious to know. But does that make sense? So this was quite nice. Here you have a potential rejection block, whether that's going to hold. We're yet about to find out. But me personally, I would prefer a little bit above it. For sure. Hi, Rafera. Read the previous comment I made. Oh my god. I have to like scroll through all the comments, mate. Oh yeah. if it was that simple, we would all be pro traders. Yeah, that's correct. But it honestly just boils down to practice and guts, and you'll be fine. I truly believe that. Truly believe that. Which chart are we looking on BTC right now? Let's have a look at what's happening currently. Trading below the Asian range at the moment. Hold on, let's pull up some. So yeah, if you're part of the RTM team is going to tell you when we have this sort of extension, we always expect for London to or whatever session to consolidate, and then usually the manipulation happens within New York. This was kind of nuts. You had a drop down, you had a manipulation leg up, but most importantly, what do we also know as part of the course? What do you also know as part of the course? Savas, you should know that. We know that this is not the right time to look for manipulations, right? We know that the right time to look for manipulation is here. Okay? And we're just entering into New York afternoon, which we know is, again, not the best time to look for trades, right? Mo Race 82, would you say it's a good time to decide? Hi Stein Weiches, hello, so nice to see you. Everyone, make sure to like the video if you haven't liked. I haven't tracked how many likes we have today, but I'm gonna do it right now. Actually, I'm gonna do it right now. And make sure to watch the educational videos that I post on YouTube for you guys. Okay, I want to make sure that every single one of you that watches my content and is interested in the things that I do, we're missing 2 more likes. Watches the educational videos besides the live streams that I post for you. The Discord join link is down here. That's where you can join our community. You can get the VIP role with the daily updates. If you use my bluffing link and you post your UID on Discord, there is a whole bot. There is a whole explanation on how to do it. It's very simple. Okay. Get your free indicators, 30 days, you have free, get them, test them on your charts, watch the video on the indicators, come on Discord, let's talk about it. What do you understand, what you don't understand. 40% off on my course, you get it for $200 lifetime, no subscription, nothing. You just get it and go. Okay. The Mature is saying that QNT is the future of crypto. I'm kind of interested. Kuhn, they're great. Yes, they are. I know they are. I know they are. QNT. But yes, we need to make aware the people that they are. So yeah, Mo was asking, do you think this is the right time to DCA? I will just wait a little bit more, but if I'm in a risk-on mood, which I shouldn't be right now because the whole market is not in a risk-on mood, I'd say yes. Okay, but the problem is that everything is in a risk-off environment at the moment. Right? This is what we spoke at the beginning of the video. When we have everyone in a risk-off environment, that means they're running away, they're hiding in cash, they're hiding in safer assets, right? They're buying freaking Procter & Gamble, okay? Because everyone's gonna keep buying shampoos and stuff like that because people shower and brush their teeth. So that's a safe investment in that case. Not growth stocks, not Nvidia, right? Not Bitcoin, safe stuff. Before then, we just have to tread carefully. That's it. So yeah, I would say probably, but definitely careful. Weekly QNT. Look at that previous weekly candle. Not bad at all. From support, major support down here. I have my alarm set at $64. For QNT. So $64 QNT for me is the area. We're trading above it right now. We have confirmed $81 as support. The next level that we were interested in breaking was 99.8, or say at $100. We're currently rejecting from it. But honestly, just like with everything else, XRP, whatever the hell we did, this is the sell wall in the case of QNT, which we currently are rejecting from on a weekly time frame. Let's see potential retrace areas. Actually, if I look on the daily, it looks absolutely horrible. It really looks bad, right? Because when you have this sort of formation, that simply means that anywhere within these two highs, you could drop down and take the low, right? That's what that means. So that's not great, okay? So everything you do after you've seen this, it's a risk, right? Which of course is going to be regardless, but so the point is, over here you do have a potential area for all of this to hold, and that area is in between if I have to like be a little bit more precise, I'd say like $83 to $89, $83 to $89. That would match with all the other levels, you know, on ETH BTC, on blah blah blah. Open a ticket on Discord, yes. It will match, right? It would match if that happens, that this area should be the one to hold. So I'd be interested in that, and I hope so, because, you know, right now relatively equal lows, liquidity on a higher time frame is just dead, to say the least. World Liberty Finance. Down 3% on the day. For this, we also kind of have a plan on here. We need to start trading above this level before it gets a little bit more safe. So bring it above 0.1888, and then it looks a little bit better. For now, it's just a little bit sus. Could you have taken a long here from liquidity? Potentially, like even on a daily, it looks like okay. Like if I'm trading like, I don't know, forex or something, I'd probably be long down here, to be fair. Like it would have been a sniper trade, but that's only in a case, let's say I'm trading forex. This is not forex, okay? This is definitely not forex, and I don't know if that's actually going to work, but on a lower time frame, it does look nice, right? You are reaching an area of interest, you have grabbed liquidity, so I would be happy to be in with a secure position at this point. But this is the one thing that on a higher time frame, before I get interested in this asset, we need to trade above this level, which is rounded up to 0.19. Okay, does that make sense? Dano, I don't have more access to the VIP. Yeah, open a ticket. If you didn't have access to the VIP, open a ticket on Discord and I'll sort you out. Okay, yes, hit the like button. I don't know, I think we have 48 people, I'm not sure, and we need to have at least 50 likes by now. That's what we need to have. And again, make sure to come in the description box, join Discord, is for free. Check the offers that Bluffin has for you. Is the safest exchange. If you're not on Bluffin, if you trade on some other scammy non-KYC exchange, you do you. Don't want to have anything to do with you. And if you do want to, make sure to support my link down here. If you're a whale, I'm gonna get you VIP access. I'm gonna get you VIP rates and everything. Deposit and get your bonuses, because that's literally free money to trade with. Okay, get your trading indicators for free. You have 30 days trial. If I were you, I'll totally go for that. Check all the nice reviews that people are giving us for the course. It's just insane. People are loving the course, which is just one time for $200. Again, make sure you go and check it out, you guys. I'll probably give you some free videos as well of that. We don't have a single negative review. I don't want to jinx it, but it's good. Again, thank you so much for being here, you guys. And tomorrow we'll be together again. Hopefully on Tuesday, we'll find some more trades and see how it goes. Until then, be safe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.